Just to recapture some of the data we talked about in part one, we looked at the Duke University study. We talked about the Child Trend study. I could talk to you about information from the Clark Kellogg Foundation, from the Mott Foundation. All of the studies say the same thing. Parents are powerful as it relates to students' performance. When we get involved, our kids perform. So let's pick up with that in mind and look at what happens on the flip side. And then we're going to close out looking at things we can do to become even more powerful and help our children become even more powerful in the classroom. After realizing how much of a factor we can be when we're involved, the data also shows that there's something interesting as our children get older. And we have to ask ourselves, what's so special about grades that our children are in? Why is it that we are super involved K through 5? In elementary, 90% of us are involved there. And then when our children go to middle school, half of us drop off. And then in high school, parents are almost invisible. We have to ask ourselves that question. Now, we shouldn't be as visible when they get older as they are in kindergarten. They need us. But in high school, it's not like we're absent, but we are less visible. Still present, but just not as visible. In the lower grades, we're present and visible. Yeah, this training was short and sweet, I know, but it's very simple. We just have to get involved. We just have to be present in this process. The fact of the matter is we look at the PowerPoints for this training, the first thing we got to get to is we can't be scared. Education for some of us is new. We didn't have a pleasant experience with it. It's new in the sense that it's 21st century education, but we can't be scared of the process. They have our children. We have to get involved. We have to be present. We have to learn this game. One of the things I suggest is join a club. Join something where you can be a part of the process. How about joining the PTO? That group would love to have you as a member, even if you're not a very vocal or visible member, but they would love to have you there just to, at the very least, add to their numbers. At the very most, get you every year more and more involved in the process. You don't have to bite off a lot if you can't chew a lot. Just take what you can do. Another very powerful point for you would be if you have any technical skills at all, just maybe you can help out in the computer lab. I tell you, as I travel and work with schools, the computer lab really could use some parents, if for nothing else, to be a watchdog, just to ensure that kids don't go on the wrong sites. Now, I'll tell you, kids don't know if you know about computers or not, but trust me, they won't go on an inappropriate site if you're just walking around. So if you could do nothing but volunteer in the lab just as a watchdog, while you're there you may learn a couple new things about this new generation. But at the very least, just having you in that room, kids won't surf places where they shouldn't be. It's real hard for one person to watch 20 computers, but if they had someone like a parent, an adult, just walking around, that alone would be a blessing. Now here's the last PowerPoint I'll leave you with. I know in the movies they say that they give you the impression that spies are bad, and maybe they are in the movies, but being a spy as a parent is not a bad thing. How about volunteering just so that you have an easy way of spying on your child every once in a while? When you volunteer, you're now a part of their school day, a part that you usually don't see. Also, when you volunteer, you get a chance to see your child's behavior in a school setting or see how the children that he hangs around with or she hangs around, see how the child, teenager, school culture is when you volunteer. Now you get two bangs for your buck there. You're helping out the school, but you're also a part of their world. You're in the midst of the gorillas, if you will. You get an opportunity to see what their world is all about. It makes it real easy to have conversation and to give your opinions and your wisdom if you're there. Try that PowerPoint on for size.